Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode on the English Learning Podcast channel. I'm Shanto, your host, and joining me today is Sarah, our co-host.
Hi everyone. We're so glad you're here with us today. In this episode, we'll discuss a topic that's very important for anyone learning English.
That's right. Today, we're discussing how to learn English by yourself.
Self-learning can be both exciting and challenging. In this episode, we'll share some practical tips to make it easier and more effective for you.
But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done that. This way, you won't miss out on our future episodes.
Let's get started.
Many people find it hard to learn English on their own. Sarah, why do you think that is?
Great question. One reason is that self-learners often feel overwhelmed by the amount of material available. They don't know where to start or what to focus on.
Another reason is the lack of interaction. Without someone to practice with, it can feel lonely or even frustrating at times.
That's true. And let's not forget about self-discipline. When you're studying alone, it's easy to procrastinate or lose motivation.
Absolutely. But the good news is that with the right strategies, you can overcome these challenges and make great progress.
Let's move on to the tips.
The first one is to set clear goals.
Why are goals so important?
Goals give you direction and purpose. Without clear goals, it's easy to feel lost or unsure about where to start. Instead of saying something general like, I want to learn English, set specific, measurable, and achievable targets. For example, you could say, I'll learn 20 new words this week, or I'll understand simple conversations by the end of the month.
That makes sense. When you have something specific to aim for, it's easier to stay on track.
Exactly, and once you've set a goal, break it into smaller, manageable steps. For instance, if your goal is to learn 20 new words, you can aim to learn 5 words a day for 4 days, and then spend the next 3 days reviewing them. This approach makes the goal less overwhelming and helps you stay focused and motivated.
Breaking it into steps sounds like a great way to track progress and build confidence along the way.
Absolutely. Clear, actionable goals are like a map. They guide you to your destination and keep you motivated throughout your learning journey. Next, let's talk about building a daily routine. Consistency is one of the most important factors in learning English effectively.
It doesn't have to take a lot of time. Even dedicating just 15 to 30 minutes a day can make a noticeable difference. Choose a time that works best for you, whether it's in the morning, during lunch, or before bed, and stick to it.
A great idea is to split your routine into small activities, like reading for 10 minutes, practicing vocabulary for 5 minutes, and listening to a podcast for another 10 minutes. This keeps things interesting and covers multiple skills.
You can also set specific goals for different days. For example, focus on grammar on Mondays, listening on Tuesdays, and speaking on Wednesdays. Having a clear plan helps you stay organized and motivated.
With a daily routine, learning English becomes a habit. Stick to it, and you'll see steady progress over time. Our next tip is to immerse yourself in English. Immersion is one of the most powerful ways to learn a language because it surrounds you with opportunities to hear, see, and use English daily.
For example, you can start by watching English TV shows or movies with subtitles. Not only will you hear natural speech, but you'll also pick up new words and expressions. If you enjoy music, listen to English songs and follow along with the lyrics.
Podcasts are another great option. Choose topics that interest you. Listening to podcasts is an excellent way to improve your comprehension while learning about something new.
The key is to make English a natural part of your day. The more exposure you have, the faster your skills will improve. Even small changes, like reading English signs or instructions, can add up over time.
Immersing yourself doesn't mean you have to live in an English-speaking country. You can create your immersive environment wherever you are. Don't wait for a perfect moment to practice speaking. Start today, even if you're talking to yourself.
For example, describe what you're doing out loud, like, "I'm making breakfast," or "I'm going to the store." It may initially feel awkward, but it's a great way to get comfortable speaking.
You can also use language exchange apps to connect with native speakers or other learners. Apps like Tandem, HelloTalk, or Speaky are great for finding conversation partners and practicing real-life communication.
And remember, it's okay to make mistakes. Every mistake is an opportunity to learn and improve. So, speak confidently and enjoy the process. Let's learn some vocabulary relevant to today's topic.
The first word is interaction. Interaction is a noun and it means an occasion, when two or more people or things communicate with or react to each other. For example, language games are usually intended to encourage student interaction. The second word is procrastinate. Procrastinate is a verb that means to keep delaying something that must be done, often because it is unpleasant or boring. For example, "I know I've got to deal with the problem at some point, I'm just procrastinating." The third word is overcome. Overcome is a verb that means to defeat or succeed in controlling or dealing with something. For example, their resolute opposition to new working methods was difficult to overcome. The fourth word is immersive. Immersive is an adjective that means seeming to surround the audience, player, etc., so that they feel completely involved in something. For example, the new game is more immersive. The fifth word is awkward. Awkward is an adjective that means difficult to use, do, or deal with. For example, "It was an awkward ascent, but we reached the top eventually." Many learners struggle with grammar. The trick is to learn it in context, rather than treating it as a set of isolated rules to memorize.
That's so true. For example, instead of trying to memorize all the verb tenses from a grammar book, study how they're used in real-life sentences. You can observe their usage in conversations, stories, or even movies.
Exactly. For instance, if you're learning the past tense, notice how it's used in sentences like, "I went to the store yesterday," or "She finished her work last night." When grammar is applied in meaningful contexts, it becomes more practical and much easier to remember.
It also helps you understand when and why certain grammar rules are used, rather than just how they work.
Right. This approach transforms grammar from something abstract and overwhelming into a tool you can use to communicate effectively.
Growing your vocabulary is crucial for improving your English skills.
To grow your vocabulary, check this episode. In that episode, I shared 10 practical tips to help you learn and use new words effectively. I've added the video link in the description of this episode. Don't forget to check it out. Listening is a powerful way to improve your understanding and pronunciation in English.
Definitely. You can listen to podcasts, audiobooks, or even news broadcasts in English. If you're just starting, it's helpful to begin with slower-paced audio.
That's a good point. As you become more comfortable, you can gradually challenge yourself with faster conversations.
Listening daily helps you get used to the sounds and rhythm of English. Plus, it exposes you to different accents and speaking styles.
And don't forget to repeat phrases or sentences you hear. This will help improve your pronunciation and speaking skills as well. Writing is a great way to practice what you've learned. I recommend keeping a journal where you write about your day, new words, or even your thoughts in English.
That's a fantastic idea. And remember, don't worry about making mistakes. The goal is to use English and improve with practice.
Exactly. Over time, you'll notice how much your writing has improved. It also helps reinforce your vocabulary and grammar skills.
Plus, it's a great way to reflect on your learning journey and track your progress.
There are so many great online resources for learning English. Websites, YouTube channels, and apps like Duolingo, Babbel, or Memrise can make learning fun and interactive.
Absolutely. Many of these resources offer games, quizzes, and exercises to keep you engaged. They are designed to make learning enjoyable and effective.
Plus, they're accessible anytime, anywhere. You can practice on your commute, during breaks, or whenever you have a few spare minutes.
That flexibility helps you fit learning into your daily routine, no matter how busy you are.
Our final tip is to be patient with yourself. Learning English is a journey, not a race.
Exactly. Celebrate small achievements, like mastering a new phrase or understanding a podcast episode. These little milestones will keep you motivated.
And remember, progress takes time. It's important to stay consistent and enjoy the process.
Keeping a positive attitude can make a big difference. The more you enjoy learning, the more successful you'll be. Let's learn some vocabulary relevant to today's topic.
The first word is crucial. Crucial is an adjective that means extremely important or necessary. For example, her work has been crucial to the project's success. The second word is incorporate. Incorporate is a verb that means to include something as part of something larger. For example, this aircraft incorporates several new safety features. The third word is consistent. Consistent is an adjective that means always behaving or happening in a similar, especially positive, way. For example, her work is sometimes good, but the problem is she's not consistent. The fourth word is fantastic. Fantastic is an adjective that means extremely good. For example, you're doing a fantastic job and we're proud of you. That's it for today's episode. We hope these 10 tips help you in your English learning journey.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share this episode with your friends who are also learning English.
See you next time. Happy learning.
Bye.
Bye.